On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks squeak out a win. I didn't feel good about it, but Cooper Flagg, I feel very good about. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're Locked On to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for being in every day. Make it Locked On Mavs your first listen and make it the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, go to FanDuel.com and place your bets all season long. Joining me, as always, my co-host, the Postgame Prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
No, let it ride.
No.
Wow, that is a
Just kidding. Let it ride.
Your eardrum too.
I don't. They barely beat the net. You could definitely be a hat bag. Like, I think you could wear any piece of clothing and it would look good on you.
I don't like the hat backwards thing. I was laughing on stream. I was like, I'm ready to put in an application to be the token white player podcast co-host.
Hey, you could. I've got the general TV
Facts.
aura. You have
Facts.
Today's episode, we're going to talk about the Mavs barely beating the Brooklyn Nets and if that changed our confidence in anything about this Mavericks team. We'll also talk about Anthony Davis's tale of two halves. Bad in the first half, really good in the second half. We'll talk about probably Max Christie doing his thing. We'll talk about Dwight Powell, as we always do every single episode.
That's right.
But let's start here, Slightly Biased. Cooper Flagg, 12 points in that first quarter, finishes the game, 22 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Only took 1 3, airballed it. But 10 of 16 from the field, basically 10 of 15 from 2. Cooper Flagg has figured out what his game is in the NBA, I think. Like, you start to see him make decisive decisions. You start to see him make calculated decisions on defense and on offense, and start to really know, all right, what are my limitations in my game right now in the NBA, and what can I do out here? Where can I help my team? He was a plus 10 in the game, which I think was a positive. Every time he went in, it felt like the Mavericks were doing better and ahead, and so I'll take that plus minus and say it's a positive. And I just thought that, like, over the last stretch of games we've seen from the Mavericks, and they had this 5-day break, and now they come back, I think Cooper Flagg has kind of figured out his game in the NBA, and that's an exciting thing to me.
Yeah, it's just a downhill, relentless force. Like,
right.
We've talked about it after every game. His ability to get to the rim and finish with both hands, and it feels like he finishes more with his left hand. I don't know if it's just because I notice all of the left-hand finishes.
It's the thumb. I'm telling you.
You think so?
I'm telling everybody. The shooting, his finishing with his right hand, I'm just saying. It's got to be the thumb. He's wearing that thing on his hand, his wrap. Like, it's my inclination. I don't have any insight on that.
No, I mean, that probably could be it. I was actually thinking today, I was like, this 6-day break, like a pseudo all-star break here in the middle of the season. Like, one of my things was, well, I hope maybe Coop's thumb feels better. Maybe we get like a shooting jump here in the next coming weeks. And
we got the opposite.
Like you said, 1-3, it wasn't airball, and it didn't look very good necessarily. But, I mean, tonight I thought was his best playmaking game. And I know he had that 11-assist game against the Lakers. But tonight, I really feel like for one of the first times this season, and he's done it from time to time, but in the second half, where I think he only had, 4 points. But he was legitimately manipulating the defense and using that to his advantage as a playmaker, where I feel like all year we've seen his playmaking flashes as like a connective passer, as like just make the extra pass, make the right read, make a kick out in transition, whatever the case may be. But tonight was like, I'm going to look off my defender and throw a skip pass. Or I get the rebound, I have the ball under the basket. I don't need to look. I know Christie's in the corner or Klay's in the corner. I'm making that pass without looking. Like, that was an impressive game from Cooper.
An impressive game from you as well on YouTube. Just an incredible stream, just amazing statistics, all that. The bandwidth was just amazing. But I think you're right. It was a tale of two halves for Anthony Davis that we'll talk about, but for Cooper Flagg too. He took what the defense gave him, and he's like, all right, if you're going to single cover me because you're worried about Anthony Davis, I'm just going to take it at all these guys and finish left, finish right, drive around turn the corner on drives, get to the rim, finish around the rim in a bunch of different ways. In that first quarter, those 12 points, he had 6 shots, and all 6 of them were right at the rim because he just took it to him, like you said, a freight train right to the rim. The finishing has been really good. His ball handling in space and traffic has been good. 0 turnovers in this game, which is another big thing for him that we were worried about. Man, is he going to be able to dribble that well under duress in the NBA and against contact? And he's been great. He's been really great in that area. And then second half, he looked to assist a little bit more. That pass that Max Christie missed, that 3 with a minute 26 left, where Brandon Williams finds Cooper Flagg under the rim, and Cooper Flagg like jumps in the air, spins around, and throws the ball to Max Christie. Where if Max Christie hits that shot, by the way, maybe one of the loudest pops we've heard this season. I could just feel the crowd, the energy of the crowd, just like lifting up as that 3 went up, and it almost sounded like they said 3. Like it's almost like everybody in the crowd said 3. And then it didn't go down. But that was an impressive pass because he's turned the complete opposite way of Max Christie, but knew in his head, all right, he's there, spun and looked to make sure he was, and then completed the pass. I mean, that's just an impressive one to know that Max Christie was the best possible person he could get that ball to in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the plays I was thinking of when, under the basket. But yeah, that's as time goes on, one thing is teams are going to probably start forcing him to shoot threes and really respecting his driving ability. But that's also what, having like AD helps with is, you got to shift your attention to him a little bit as well. So Coop still has the opportunity to attack these shifted defenses. And as you get better and better and better at attacking the rim, teams are going to help off more. Teams are going to wall off those driving lanes. Teams are going to show help more. And that's going to open up these skip passes. That's going to open up these sort of drive and late in your drive, not just like drive and kick once you see help, like late in your drive, find a guy across the court where you get a good look at 3. Those are the plays that are going to open up for him. I think that's when you're really going to start to see the playmaking pop.
And the thing about them trying to force him to hit threes, we've seen he's a very good mid-range guy. Like he's hit a bunch of mid-range shots this year. So it's not like he's only a one-dimensional scorer where you go, all right, they're going to try and take that away, force him to just take threes and see what happens. And this is not a Ben Simmons situation either, where it's like he can only score at the rim. That's the only option for him. We've seen him hit a bunch of mid-range shots, be able to score that way, and then score in different ways around the rim too. We saw little hooks, we saw left and right, we saw little floaters. Like he just has it, man. And I did see one scout from a team that will remain nameless. Maybe
Pistons?
the Magic. I had to go look at the card.
Magic or here?
When Flagg airballed that 3, goes work in progress.
Yeah,
that is one thing you could say about his 3-point shot. But I keep bringing up the thumb as my conspiracy that's the reason, not a conspiracy, but as my excuse for why he's finishing with his left more. His 3-point shot hasn't looked that great throughout this. As when he gets it off and when he gets that healed, and I think when he gets some time to work on that, and especially over an NBA offseason, like he's going to come back and it's going to be fixed, and that's going to be a dangerous NBA player.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly worried about the shot. I think next year is probably when I'd start to be like, okay, is this actually going to be a thing? But
if it's still 26% or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty willing to write it off as the thumb thing because it pretty much perfectly correlates. It's the same exact time, pretty much perfectly.
Well, he's wearing like a wrap on the thumb of his shooting hand.
Yeah, I know. And the free throw numbers dipped right at the same time. So, I mean,
it's all there.
Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining.
When does it not count as rain? Is it only when it comes from a cloud, or is it if there's liquid falling? It's raining down on you? Because we talk about raining threes.
Yeah, I think that's just a figure of speech. I think rain has to be
from a cloud
form. Yeah.
So in water
form, you don't call sleet rain.
But okay, in water form, true. So you just always just pouring water. There's not like it's not like
you call acid rain, but it's in liquid form.
If you're so many people that have had these professions have reached out to us. If you're a meteorologist, let us know if anything else can be categorized as rain.
Yeah, let us know. Pete Delkus, if you're listening.
Pete Delkus, he spoke at my commencement at my college graduation.
Nice.
It means we're tight.
What are you an alumni of?
The Dallas Baptist University.
DBU, great baseball program.
That's right. Go Patriots, I guess.
That's right. That was growing up. That was my summer ball team, the Patriots.
There you go.
And we were
guys.
Like Dallas Baptist coded.
Coming up, let's talk about Anthony Davis. Tale of 2 halves. Really bad in the first, But great in the second half. Talk about that and more coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by ZocDoc. Guys, it's 2025. It's almost 2026. We're getting closer. And the more I do this read, it's getting even closer to 2026. Those days of waiting for something to become a full-blown emergency for you to go to the doctor, that's over. We're too old to do that. A lot of us, I've met so many of you. We're close to the same age. We're getting to that point where you just can't ignore things anymore. ZocDoc makes it easier than ever to take your health seriously, find the right doctor for you, and find the right time for you as well. Staying healthy is more than just hitting the gym or eating right. It's about actually getting things checked out when something feels off. Use ZocDoc. It makes scheduling easier. You can just go to their site, find a doctor in your network. They have scheduled times right next to it. I love that. Super helpful for routine checkups and those little issues that you've just been meaning to get checked out. It lets you compare providers using real patient reviews, not ads, which is important. And they do tell you when they are sponsored, which I like as well. So stop putting off your doctor's appointment and get the care that you need. Go to ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA. Find instantly and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA, ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA. Also brought to you by Quo. It's close to 2026, like I said, and that's a new year. That means new you, new systems. And this is the time when a lot of us look at the messier parts of running a business and think, there's just got to be a better way to do this. Like Anthony Davis looked at his first half and said, there's got to be a better way to do this, and he did in the second. In your second half of these 2 years that are coupled in whatever way, you can go to Quo, Quo, smarter way to run your business communications, a streamlined system that helps make a big difference when communicating with your customers. You can have calls, texts, and voicemails in one clean view that helps keep everything organized and helps you stay responsive, because if you miss a call, you can miss a customer, and you don't want to do that. The AI summaries and call logging can feel like having an assistant keeping track of every single detail for you. Make this the year where no opportunity and no customer slip away. Try Quo for free, plus get 20% off your first 6 months when you go to Quo.com/LockedOnNBA. Quo.com/LockedOnNBA. Quo, no missed calls, no missed customers.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every single day. I think this may be the most amount of Raccoon Squads I've been shouted out so far. So far this season. I think it was like 7 or 8 people just yelled the words Raccoon Squad at me at some point in this game. And you know what? I appreciated every single one of them, because every time someone does that, somebody in this section turns around and goes, what does that mean? And then I have to explain it. And it's very weird.
Yeah, people are getting excited about this team in the Metroplex. You can feel it.
Are they?
Some are calling it the greatest 10-16 team ever.
They are in the 10th seed.
That's right. The greatest 10-16 team. Don't let
Are
them
they
get
gonna,
hot.
How close are they to 9th?
I think I have no clue, actually.
I love that I can hear you.
Right.
Can you just give me some frantic clicks? Because I can hear clicks so clearly. There you go. Okay, we're looking.
I'm playing Overwatch.
Are you playing against Luka?
Yeah.
No, too early. They're a game and a half behind Memphis, and Memphis won tonight.
No,
right?
they didn't. They lost.
No, they didn't. Oh, Ja had a good game, but they lost. Yeah, so they're a game and a half. They're now a game and a half behind the Grizzlies for 9th, and then they're
here we come.
3.5 behind the Warriors for 8th. They got to get to 7 or 8. There's no way you can feel good about this team.
Oh my God, they're 3.5 behind the 8th seed. That's pretty funny.
Well, they're 6 games under 500 still, so let's not get way over our skis on this. A lot of these teams would have to fall off, but Anthony Davis,
could.
The Warriors definitely could. The Suns could too.
Yeah, they'll probably come back down to earth a tiny bit.
This Suns team is like a clenched fist, and as soon as they unclench the fist, it's gonna just fall apart, I think.
Well, D-Book's been out. They just play so hard. Like, I'll give them.
That's what I'm saying. That's the clenched fist part of it. Is like they're playing hard, and if they stop playing hard,
we'll see.
We'll see. The Anthony Davis part of this, I thought, just a very interesting tale of two halves. First half, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 0 blocks, 1 for 4 from the field. Like, took 4 shots, -1, and missed a technical free throw. Which, why is he taking a technical free throw in that moment? I don't know. Didn't make any sense. Felt like Jason Kidd was like, "Hey, here's one for you, man. Like, go take that technical free throw."
I saw him and Coop were chopping it up, so I think Coop, maybe AD wanted Coop to shoot it, and Coop said, "No, you got it, man."
Cooper Flagg being too passive. Anthony Davis being too dominating against. What if we started the show like that? Everybody would stop listening. Second half for Anthony Davis, 20 points, 11 boards, 3 blocks. I mean, he just decided, hey, I'm bigger than everybody else on this team. It's Nick Claxton. It's Noah Clowney. Why am I fearing these like double teams or this help that they're sending over? And he just decided I'm going to be bigger. I thought he just did a great job in the second half, especially rebounding. I mean, 11 rebounds in that second half. He just came away with every board that was given to him, and he had some good plays late too.
Yeah, I honestly think part of it too is Coop's scoring prowess in the first half kind of shifted the defense a little bit and gave AD a little bit more breathing room. But yeah, he just took the game over with his physicality because there was just nobody on the Nets who could come close to matching that level of physicality when AD brings it. And he completely tilted the game. I mean, 14, how many rebounds did you say he had in the second
14,
half?
10, 11 in the second half.
11 rebounds in the second half. 6 stocks total, didn't he, over the course of the game? Just, dominated this game. Yet another reminder, this guy's very good at basketball. Please stop sending me trades where the Mavericks get Zach LaVine and a lottery-protected first-round pick.
You're against any AD trade right now, I feel like.
No, I'm not. I'm just the ones that I get sent. I'm like, what is even the purpose of these? Like,
do you know what he makes next year?
Yeah, that's cool. You know what Zach LaVine makes next year? Like, they make the same amount.
No, they don't. Zach LaVine makes like 45.
All right, wow.
AD makes like 60.
Oh boy, I get to pay Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond. That one was hilarious.
Yeah, that one I'm not as big on.
You're big on the Zach LaVine one.
No, I'm not big on that one either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These trades I'm getting sent.
This joke may only be for Isaac. I have been in the not get Zach LaVine business for a long time on this show, like 8 years.
I've had a long-standing theory that if the Mavs didn't get Kyrie Irving, they'd be stuck with Zach LaVine currently.
8 years ago, Isaac and I, before Brunson emerged, I think even before they got Porzingis, Isaac and I were like, don't go get Zach LaVine. He's not the type of player that you want next to Luka. He's not the answer. And we just got destroyed on Twitter. Like, just absolutely destroyed. Everybody's like, beggars can't be choosers. You guys don't want this player. And then Zach LaVine made an all-star team. And then we got destroyed. And then we got destroyed again. People started bringing up that clip again. And Isaac hates it because I clipped it and posted it. And then now, 8 years later, I was right. Isaac and I were both right about that.
To be fair, that was around the time where like the Mavs hadn't gone out and got a big fish in quite some time. So
yeah, you're like
anybody was like, please.
That's right. But Anthony Davis proved, I mean, he can still be very effective. I think it's got to be at the 5, though. And
that kind of verbiage is like he can still be. To me, it's just he is still very effective.
Well, he was not at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, well, that was kind of a weird. Nobody really was effective. Like Coop wasn't effective. Everyone was defective.
Anthony Davis, still Anthony Davis,
still really good.
Still really good.
Send that tape to the Hawks. And tell them we want Jalen Johnson now.
Oh my gosh! Imagine, that would be amazing.
Dude, I was listening to Zach Lowe and Howard Beck, and I cannot believe my ears. I had to rewind because I had to make sure they were talking about AD, but they were talking about Giannis. And Howard Beck goes, and then I'm sure the Bucks would ask for Dyson Daniels, and the Hawks would hang up. I was like, what are we even saying
for Giannis?
Yes, I'm like, have we collectively lost the plot?
The Great Barrier Thief.
Yeah, like what?
Well, remember when like Taylor Horton Tucker was a no in. Was it Kawhi trades or something like that?
And that should be a cautionary tale. Quentin Grimes was a no in Donovan Mitchell trades. I remember that. Brandon Podziemski was getting Kuminga were no's in every single one of their trades.
All of them.
Cautionary tale. Has it ever worked out where it was like, yeah, actually we were right? I'm sure it has, but
the Mavs tried to trade Brunson for Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if that one ended up working out kind of on both.
That would have worked out better for the Mavs, I think.
Well, in hindsight now, Halliburton hopefully would have stayed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Halliburton would have stayed.
Max Christie, 15 points, hit 4 threes, hit another like really tough and one in transition, and hit a 3 that was just almost a no look snipe shot from the corner when the buzzer going down. I mean, just a wild game from him. 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. He's doing a lot, And he came off the bench in this one. I was kind of surprised that Kidd decided to go with that big lineup, but the Nets are pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, because some interesting minute stuff tonight for a lot of different reasons, but
Coop played almost the whole first quarter, and he's never played more than 9 minutes in a
I think he played the whole third quarter too.
He played him like Luka.
Yeah, here we go again. I hate these minute structures, man. I hate them.
Well, then Coop tried to come in at the end of the game with like 6:28 left, and he was in the locker room for some reason, maybe just going to the bathroom or something. And he tried to run in, and they didn't let him come in, so he had to wait for another like minute and a half.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not I don't like these minute structures. Now, maybe it's different for Coop. I hated him for Luka because they still do it in LA, so it's clearly a Luka thing.
Yeah.
But I hated it for Luka because it's just like that's not the type of player he is to play 12 minutes bursts.
Yeah, and then everybody shows his first quarter numbers where he's averaging like 16 points, and then fourth quarter numbers where he's averaging like 6.
And that's
like
just a lot to ask of a player to play 12 straight minutes. And then what happens in the fourth quarter if the other team goes on a quick 4-0 run, you want to get him back out there, boom, all of a sudden he's over 40 minutes in a game. Like that's how easy.
Yeah, there it is.
So maybe Coop, like I just think has a higher motor, and probably will have a higher motor than Luka over time, but just think as a rookie, I felt like in that first quarter, Coop looked gassed by the end of it.
He was. His hands on the hips, just like standing at half court, and you could just tell.
Because
and all his plays were driving too. Like it's all like the most effort you can put into a basketball play at a drive. It's 6, 7, 8 times.
And he plays hard defensively. You can't throw that out there. But the thing with the rookie walls and stuff, it usually happens around January or so. And the thing that's always gets said is it's not like defenses figure out. It's just players aren't used to the physicality of the NBA and playing every other night for 82 times. Like that's when it starts to get to them. So, yeah, I don't like it, but he was hot in the first quarter, so I don't mind it.
PJ Washington, 9 points in the fourth quarter. Pretty big.
Oh, Max Christie. I'm sorry, we got derailed. Max.
I know. I brought up 2 topics at once. That was a mistake on the driver.
No, it was me. I said the minute thing. Just Christie come off the bench, but I kind of like him coming off the bench with this group. Like the starting lineup made a lot of sense to me.
Well, you have multiple ball handlers with Naji in there too. PJ has become kind of a pseudo ball handler for you, and you've just got a lot of size too and a lot of defenders.
I think against like a good team, you have to have a shooter out there probably.
One? You think in the NBA you need at least one shooter?
Like that starting 5, I'm not sure I'm confident any of those guys shooting the basketball.
Yeah, our boy Nemhard, 0 for 3.
Tough one tonight.
This is a tough one. I mean, this is a team we played against size, and you could just tell that he was just having a hard time getting into his spots.
Yeah, true. And if it's like if he's not scoring or whatever, it's tough.
Yeah, 5 assists, 3 turnovers, and then missed all 4 of his shots. Just not a Nemhard game that we've been used to from him. But Jason Kidd went with Brandon Williams to end the game, and I thought that was smart. Brandon Williams plus 14. They were winning those bench minutes when he was out there. 9 points, 5 assists. Thought he made the right call.
2 straight good games from B-Will, going back to the Houston game a month ago. Like, it's the ability to get to the paint. It's just such a valuable skill.
Around here, you have to be more specific when you say the Houston game.
Why is that?
Because of the Houston half.
Oh. Did B-Will play in that game? I honestly don't remember.
Oh, man. Hey, where do you land? We did a debate yesterday on the show. Where do you land on the Mavs need to give Anthony Davis and Kyrie a chance?
Well, you know my stance on this. I'm anti-tank.
Yeah.
Not that I'm anti-tank necessarily. That's fine. But I'm anti, like, just trade these guys tomorrow. And it's like, all right. I mean, if the Hawks come through with Ricochet and the Pelicans pick and whatever, okay, yeah. Let's do it. Let's shut it down. If it's Jonathan Kuminga, no thanks. That guy sucks, and I don't want to pay him. So, yeah, I mean, if Kyrie's ready to come back, then yeah, let's see it. But I'm not like just wait.
Yeah, that's what it feels like for me with the debate of the people saying you have to give them a chance. Like we'll see something great if we just give them a chance. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know when that's gonna happen. Second of all, I just don't know. I'm not sold.
I mean, I feel like I don't make it clear enough of my stance where it's just like I'm not team this. I'm just I'm not team team tomorrow, shut it down. But I'm also
like
not
libertarian
team,
in this one.
Yes, I am. I'm a centrist. I'm not team go out and trade for a guy at the deadline to boost this roster. I'm just play. If someone offers you something for any of these guys, really great, take it.
I think actually that party is called laissez-faire. Isn't that what they just let anything happen that happens?
That's right. That's how I am with that. Whatever happens.
I am kind of that way too. Isaac, we finished that show.
No, I know. Isaac is very
okay, Isaac is very team tank.
Down.
You are anti-tank, and we finished the show.
Okay, so I'm not anti-tank. I am. If that's what ends up happening, it happens.
Okay, you're anti-go out of your way to tank.
I'm fin sitting here.
But anyway, you after that long show we did, Isaac goes, You don't have to take my side on this. And I was like, I don't know which side I'm on. I'm kind of because we felt like we were both arguing against you. And I was like,
but I mean, I understand the tanking argument, but my whole thing is look at a game like tonight. You're not going to catch up to these teams. And these teams are going to accelerate their tanking. They're going to accelerate it over time. I also just think Coop's too good. I think he might be reaching a stage where his on-off numbers are starting to skyrocket. He's just figuring it out. I don't know.
Can we talk about the Nets and Jaeger Dioman? I don't know what you do if that's your guy that you're putting all your hope into. I mean, that is tough.
I did not like him at all before the draft. But then he came into the league and I was like, oh my God, is this Klay Thompson? His shooting and stuff and his shot chart. Crazy.
I would like to give an update on that. He is not.
No. But then some of his shots at the rim are just when you're just throwing it off the top of the backboard on a drive, that's when it's all right, dude. Like to see a little bit more. Danny Wolf's not half bad.
Great tonight. 17 points, 7 boards, hit 3 threes. He was giving Cooper some problems. He was giving Flagg some problems.
Well, he's legitimate. He's not a 7-footer, is he?
He's about. I mean, he's bigger, noticeably bigger than Flagg.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of moves a little bit differently too. Sometimes you just tell.
You know who else is noticeably bigger than Flagg?
Who?
The Nets GM, Sean Marks. I forget.
Sean Marks is big.
I forget every single time. Sean Marks is 6'10".
Oh.
I took a picture of him standing next to Michael Finley, talking to him today before the game, and he's significantly taller than Michael Finley.
That's pretty crazy. I honestly didn't know that.
I forget every time, and then I see him in person again, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's really big. He's probably the biggest, the tallest GM of all time.
You don't think we've gotten a 7-footer?
I couldn't think of one. I probably will. You know what? Every time I do this, somebody texts me a name, and you know who texted me a name today?
What?
Shout out to our friend Mark Followell. Texted me when we were talking. Me and Isaac were talking about a big man that had foot issues early on in his career.
Followell texted you this?
That came back, yeah. He said, Followell said, I was on my run. I was listening to the show, and I thought of one. It's Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He missed a bunch of games. Missed a bunch of games early in his career with broken bones in his foot, and then came back and played a good career. So it can happen. There's hope. Big Z.
Who were some of the other ones?
That was the only one. He just texted me a name, but I couldn't.
Oh no, I there was one recently, wasn't there? I mean, Embiid kind of.
I mean, but was it foot stuff? I feel like Embiid was knees.
I thought he came into the league with a foot thing. I could be wrong.
He had at least 2 feet.
That, though. Yeah.
And Zydrunas Ilgauskas is 7'3" too, which is what Lively is. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still gonna hold out some hope, but it's very unfortunate. Speaking of trade stuff, Klay, 20 minutes.
Yeah, he decided not to go with Klay on this one.
Well, he was good in his minutes.
You think they're just holding him?
It felt like a minute restriction. It felt like he had very strict 10-minute stints in both halves.
Let's showcase him. Let's get him 9 shots, 7 threes. Klay, you just launch whenever, and we'll just go from there. I also kind of wonder if it's defensively you can only hold up for that long.
Maybe.
But the Mavs defensively were not great the whole game, and then the Nets in the fourth quarter just imploded, and now it looks like a good defensive game from the Mavs.
To be fair to the Mavs, the Nets could not miss a 3.
Fair.
It was like some, and this is, to be fair, MPJ hits these all the time, but it was like, how on earth are you supposed to guard that?
Yeah.
Release?
And they're the fourth worst 3-point shooting team. They shoot 34% from three, and they were shooting 55 in the first half. First three quarters, really?
Yeah, 55% to like the third quarter. So, kind of part of that. I mean, Tyrese Martin was 3 of 4 or 3 of 6 from 3.
Danny Wolf hit 3. Is Michael Porter Jr. having the most fun of his career, you think? Even more so than the championship year?
For sure. No pressure at all.
None.
Go out.
34 points on 20 shots.
20 times. Yeah, like who cares?
Did get 3 assists. Notable.
And the nice thing is you're playing well enough now to where everyone's like, yeah. Like, yeah, go out there and shoot 20 times. Because sometimes guys do that on bad teams. It's like, what are you doing? Like, this is just sad, man. But now it's like, yeah, shoot 20 times, man. It's actually kind of fun. The question is, does a team go, you know what? Yeah, we're in on that.
Who is the Nets' fifth? Oh, Ben Suraf. I was going to say, of their 5 rookies, who ends up having the best career? Jaeger Dioman, Danny Wolf, Drake Powell, Nolan Traore, and Ben Suraf.
What's crazy?
This is just thrown at a dartboard. This is just like if you don't know how to play darts.
Part of me looks at like the athleticism and stuff and thinks Drake Powell.
But Nets fans were really high on him early.
But then that just feels like a cop out. Like, well, I think he's probably the best bet as being like a legit rotation guy. Whereas I don't know, like Traore, he's so young though that it's just like
Danny Wolf feels
3 years away.
Danny Wolf feels like that Mason Plumlee evolved. Like this is the next step of Mason Plumlee.
See, these guys like Danny Wolf, I never know because like he's shown enough offensive flashes so far that it's like, you know what, maybe there's a world where this guy ends up being a decently high usage, good offensive player.
Well, the world is he's just like Dwight Powell, just like still hanging around like a long time from now, and he's been on some good teams. And you're
but he's got like serious skill.
What are you saying about Dwight Powell? What are you saying about my Dwight Powell?
Dwight Powell's a rim running big. Like Danny Wolf has some like a bag, and I think he moves way better than I thought. And this could just be being like racist against my own kind, where it's just like I see. Well, also you look at him and you're like, there's no way this guy's.
I think it's his face.
Yeah, it is. It's just like he looks like Michael Rappaport, and it's just like there's no way this guy can move well. And then he moves, and you're like, all right, that guy actually can move pretty good.
He looks like
I think I didn't like Igor, but I think it's him actually.
Dioman?
His shot looks really good. He didn't shoot well tonight, but it looks really good.
I can't pronounce his. Every time I have to pronounce his name, I have to think about how Eric Slater on Locked On Nets pronounces it.
Dioman.
Jaeger Dioman.
Yeah, I saw it was Dioman, and I was like, huh? But
I mean, he
doesn't make sense.
He's the best bet because he's the earliest pick, big guard that can do a lot.
But it's interesting because it's funny because I don't think he'll end up looking anything like how it was maybe how like he profiled out of the draft. Or it was like this could be like your big guard, lead guard.
Yeah,
it's like no, he's gonna be a wing who shoots threes and like can do stuff off that.
I don't know if that's gonna be good enough.
What an interesting 5 first-round picks, man. That's crazy.
And we're all debating if any of them are NBA players.
At least one of them has to be.
At least one. 5 first-round picks. I don't think it's ever happened before.
No, it's the first time anyone's ever had 5 first-round picks.
If you had to trade for one player on the Nets right now.
Clowney. Pretty easily.
He's interesting. He looks like the evolution of P.J. Washington. Like, hey, if P.J. Washington, this was like the next step for a player like that.
I like Noah Clowney quite a bit. I mean, they've got like decent, MPJ. Like, I don't want his contract, but he's good. I mean, Terrence Mann would have a place on a lot of teams.
For sure.
If I were, I would take a risk on any of their young guys. Why not? Sharp's a solid enough backup big. It's not. They're not a joke team. They're really not.
It's not a joke.
They're not the Wizards.
The Wizards, I think, they have more young talent that I'm more interested in.
Sarr, I'm more interested in than anything else on the Nets.
Probably Trey Johnson too for me.
He's so small.
I'll give him a minute. I'll give him a minute.
I'll give him a little bit. I was high on him.
Bub, I don't know. I'm cooling on Bub.
Bub, I'm out. I'm gonna say no.
just out. There you go. Slightly Biased, great YouTube channel. Stuff happening all the time. We'll be back with more of a bonus episode later today on this very feed wherever you're listening or watching this. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
Don't let this team get hot.